famous Soviet scientist who was a kind of health guru. He would perform these movements every day. He would perform 100.
For decades, Soviet special forces had a secret weapon. Not a machine, not a complicated program. One exercise, done correctly, with 5 levels of progression. Pavel Tsatsouline studied these soldiers and found the same answer every time. That exercise is the squat, but not the squat you think you know. Today, you will learn the Soviet method, 5 levels that will keep your legs strong into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Stay until the end. The 5th level is what Soviet champions used well into their 80s. Variation 1, the prying goblet squat. Let's start with something Pavel said that changed how millions of people think about training.
And strength is the mother quality of all physical qualities. And greater strength increases your performance in absolutely everything.
A prying goblet squat starts like a normal goblet squat. The difference is that instead of standing up after each rep, you stay down at the bottom of the squat, and you gently move around. You shift, pry, and explore the position to loosen up your hips and ankles. Pavel calls this finding space.
Finding space means just pretty much kind of a prying and moving your body into the position and trying to find more space in the joint.
Think of trying to pull a concrete post out of the ground. If you pull hard in one direction, the rope snaps. But if you wiggle it, push it a little one way then another, and keep changing angles, the post slowly comes loose. Your hips work the same way. Do a goblet squat and sink all the way down. Instead of standing back up right away, stay there. Shift your weight from left to right. Rock your torso slightly forward. Take slow, deep breaths. This is not a workout. This is mobility work. You are teaching your body that it is safe to move in these positions. You are waking up muscles that may have been inactive for years. You can do this at the end of a workout or even while watching TV. There is no rush. You can stay in this position for 30 to 40 minutes if you want. Your hips will benefit a lot from this. People lose strength in their legs after 50, not just because of aging, but also because they don't train their legs properly. Squat is nature's answer to this problem.
Okay, so if you're in a full squat, you need to just pretty much get your joint moving smoother. So it just means doing a whole bunch of squats very slowly. And not very slowly, just slowly and building up progressively. The famous Soviet scientist who was a kind of health guru, he would perform 100 squats every day.
Variation 2, the goblet squat. Imagine you're holding a heavy pot or kettlebell close to your chest. That's how you do a goblet squat. Now, why would Pavel recommend this over a traditional barbell squat for someone over 50? Because most people at this age have a problem. They can't squat properly.
See, the problem with the squat exercise is most people don't know how to move well. So the goblet squat is kind of a squat for the people. Prying that is added to that is something that really allows you to increase your mobility and flexibility.
Years of sitting have locked up your hips. Your back is stiff. Your knees might have issues. If you immediately load a bar on your shoulders, you'll activate all those bad patterns. You'll squat with an arched back. Your knees will cave inward. You'll move like a creaky door instead of a well-oiled hinge. The goblet squat fixes this. Here's how to do it. Hold a kettlebell or dumbbell at chest height close to your body. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Now squat down slowly. Don't drop. Control every inch of the movement. By holding weight in front of you, gravity pulls you forward slightly. This naturally forces your torso upright. You can't cheat. Your core has to engage. And because the weight is in front, not on your back, it's far easier on your spine. Pavel emphasizes this. Approach training as a practice, not a workout. This distinction matters. A workout means you're trying to exhaust yourself. A practice means you're learning a skill. Every single rep should feel like you're getting better at moving, not like you're punishing your body. Do this 3 times a week, 3 to 5 sets of 3 to 5 reps, that's it. Your legs will get stronger, your mobility will improve, and you'll actually enjoy it. Variation 3, the front squat. Once you've mastered the goblet squat, you can progress to the front squat.
For the lower body, you can use the front squat.
A front squat is a barbell squat where the bar rests on the front of your shoulders instead of on your back. You can think of it as a harder version of the goblet squat. The benefit is that you can use more weight. Your core has to work harder to keep you stable. And because the weight is in front of you, it forces good posture. If you try to lean forward, the lift falls apart, so you cannot cheat. Learning to squat is like learning to swim. You do not jump straight into deep water. You start where you can stand, practice the basic movements, and build confidence. Over time, you move deeper. The front squat is that next step into deeper water. Variation 4. The back squat. This is what most people think of when they hear squat. A barbell loaded with weight across your shoulders. The back squat is powerful. It's the squat that powerlifters and Olympic athletes use. But here's what Pavel wants you to understand. It's not the squat you should start with if you're over 50 and have not trained seriously in years. Your spine is not a suspension bridge meant to carry a load on top, your legs are. So if you're going to do back squats, you need to earn the right to do them. That means mastering the goblet squat first, and building mobility in your hips, ankles, and middle section of your back. When you're ready, back squats are incredible. They allow you to load heavy weights. They train your entire posterior chain, which consists of your glutes, hamstrings, and lower back. Pavel's own father took up powerlifting at 71 years old. He learned to back squat properly. At 77, he deadlifted 413 pounds without a belt and set American records in his age group. He put on 20 pounds of muscle. When you saw him from behind, you'd think he was in his 40s. That's what proper strength training can do at any age. Variation 5. The jump squat. Finally, once you have built enough strength and confidence, you can work toward the jump squat. Pavel shares a story about Rudolf, a Soviet Olympic weightlifting champion. Even in his mid-80s, Rudolf was still doing jump squats with 200 pounds. He was not trying to show off. He did it because keeping power and explosiveness is part of staying young. Here is the thing about jump squats. They are not for everyone right now. If you are just starting out, this is a long-term goal. Still, they are worth understanding because they represent the highest level of leg strength, the ability to produce power. A jump squat is simple. You squat down, then explode upward into a jump. Land softly and repeat. This exercise trains your fast-twitch muscle fibers. It reminds your nervous system that your legs are meant to be powerful, not just able to get you through the day. This is not a trend. This is not a gym fad. This is a system built by the Soviets, tested on the strongest soldiers, the greatest Olympic athletes, and the most durable humans ever studied. Pavel Tsatsouline took that system and gave it to the world. Now you have it. Start with the goblet squat. 3 times a week, 3 to 5 sets. Do not rush. Do not skip levels. Respect the process because the process works. Your legs are not meant to get weaker after 50. That is not aging. That is neglect. The Soviet method fixes that. 1 exercise, 5 levels, a lifetime of strength. Start today.